significantly. Get higher productivity from your entire staff and grow your business using the best, most reliable, most highly skilled people. That, in a perfect nutshell, is exactly what Seek Recruiting LLC can do for your business. That's SEEC. That's because Seek Recruiting is talented professionals and careers connected. When you need skilled experts, Seek Recruiting LLC has them ready to go. Call 888-991-5833 to contact one of their highly skilled reps today. That's 888-991-5833 to contact one of their highly skilled reps today. Seek Recruiting LLC, talented professionals and careers connected. All entrepreneurs, internet marketers, multi-level marketers, business people, social network gurus, social networkers, and advertisers meet on ORUsocial.com to maximize your traffic and get targeted traffic to increase your revenue and your company production. ORU is a powerful platform for entrepreneurs, networking, and social networking. Register today and grow your personal and business engagement. Don't forget, it's a social platform, so upload your profile and let's go. ORUsocial.com. That's ORUsocial.com.
The Sleeper Pick, the guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, trust me, we have a great time around here. If you've listened to the first hour, you kind of get that. In about 30 minutes, we're going to have a little entertainment report. We do that every single day, where we'll talk about kind of like some big name birthdays and a little entertainment story or one or two here or there. So stay tuned to the Doug Stewart Show. Also, if you're just tuning in, man, today, for the first time ever in close to 2 years, we're giving away money. Yeah. So, here's what you got to do to win the money. Don't do this right now. I'll tell you when to do it. Don't do this right now. I'm kind of getting you set up so that you can be successful in your effort to try to get the money. But when I tell you to go ahead and do it, you need to tweet out this exactly verbatim. Hashtag the answer is. All right, so that's all one component. Hashtag the answer is. Then you put the answer to the trivia question I'm going to ask you later. And then you follow the answer with, and I listened to the DougStewartShow.com, and you should too. That's all you got to do is tweet that out. Hashtag, not now, once again, not now. Hashtag the answer is, put the answer to the question that I'm going to ask, and I listened to the DougStewartShow.com, and you should too. That's how it's going to work. I'll tell you when. $100? Your boy hit the number yesterday. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Before I jump to these messages in the chat room, we're also talking about 1978 on the funnest, realest show on turf. Before I get to back to 1978 stuff, and I also want to talk about D'Angelo Williams in the tip gate. I want to mention something. I saw a lot of people in the chat room saying, Doug, why are you bashing Cam Newton? Well, here's the thing. You can call it whatever the hell you want, okay? You can call it whatever the hell you want, but it's not bashing. To say that is ridiculous. I have done nothing but support Cam Newton more so probably than anybody else in this country. But what I don't like a grown-ass man not taking up for himself. Okay? When I was on the playground, I hated to see a bully take advantage of a weaker person. I hated that. I hate being bullied, okay? I've fought many of bullies in my day. If you're from my hometown, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then Cam Newton's a grown-ass man. He's the league MVP. I'm not going to cry no damn tears for Cam Newton, okay? When they asked him about, how he feels about, he was treated in the game after, getting beat up last week by the Denver Broncos, he played it to the left like it was okay. So why am I going to get myself all worked up for it? They are bullying his ass, and he's accepting it. He's saying it's cool. And I'm not going to sit around here and try to make excuses for a grown-ass man. If you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. So stop it. All I've ever done on this show, man, and on the 2 Live Shoots for 15 years is champion the cause of dual threat / black quarterbacks. And y'all take it as I'm bashing Cam Newton? Just stop it. I'm not bashing Cam Newton the player. I'm bashing Cam Newton the person. All right? If you want to say Cam Newton is a fantastic quarterback, that's fine and dandy. But what I'm talking about is taking up for yourself. If he continues to make like it's okay, and it's okay for dudes to just slam their helmets into his helmet week in and week out, that's not going to end well. Defend yourself. I tell my damn kids, if I had boys, I tell my nephews all the time, defend yourself. Ryan tells his sons, defend themselves. I tell my daughters, defend themselves. They're trying to kill that man out there. He's not defending himself. So stop it. You can call it what you want. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You can call it what you want. All right, I'm good. I'm calm. I don't like that. Damn, I almost cussed. I don't like that. Let me read some of the messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com from Fly Ty, my cousin Ty. What up, cuz? He says, McCaffrey going to win the Heisman. Only way he don't is he just falls apart. The problem with McCaffrey, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but there's two problems with McCaffrey. One, he's one of those utility type players where he plays a bunch of different positions, and historically, they kind of take away points for that. And then also he plays on the West Coast. So, I mean, I don't care what anybody says, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, there's a West Coast bias. Whereas the writers, and most of the writers, the New York writers, the New England writers, man, and a lot of writers on this part of the country, they don't have the ability, or they can't because of time, and they need to get some sleep. They don't pay attention to West Coast football as much as they do, I believe, and a lot of people have said before, than the East Coast players. And that's not always the case, obviously, but it seems like there's always a bias against, the teams in the Pac-12 or the Pac-10 or whatever it is right now. Let me read more of your messages from that ninja. Andre Stop, sir, laugh out loud. Jackson has a little more experience, and I think that would be the difference. Is somebody questioning whether Jackson is a legitimate candidate for the Heisman Trophy? No, I mean, he's clearly a candidate. They're already talking about him, but he has a lot of things to do. Just like all these players, they have a lot of football left to play. McCaffrey's going to have his opportunity when they play USC. But if he gets shut out in a game, a big high-profile game, then they'll deduct a little bit from him as far as his chances. Same thing for Lamar Jackson. If they go out there and they get destroyed this weekend by Florida State, all of the talk about Lamar Jackson is just going to go away. Now, if they have like a barn burner where he still shows out, he accounts for 4 or 5 touchdowns, 300 yards passing, 100-plus yards rushing, and they lose a close game, like in overtime or something like that, and then continue to win the rest of their games for this year, he'll still be in it, you know? But he's got to impress. They're going to have the national stage. He's got to impress week in and week out. From KC, KC has a Florida State avatar. He's a Florida State fan, obviously, so this is going to be kind of biased towards Florida State, I can tell. He says, FSU plays poorly whenever we go to Louisville, but they haven't played anyone close to FSU. We'll see. FSU kind of scared me the first half of the first game of the year. They didn't look sharp. They've looked a lot more crisp over the past game in the second half of the first game. From that ninja, don't forget about the Ohio State University versus Oklahoma. Yeah, a couple of big games. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, tomorrow we give you our Funky Four. We give you the 4 biggest games and talk about the 4 biggest games in the NFL and the 4 biggest games in college football. Pretty good-looking slate of games coming up this weekend, so we will hit that tomorrow on the show. From Willie D, agreed, Grego, BPA nomination for Suggs, but the BPA has to go to Dabo Swinney's puny ass. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Dabo Swinney. So yesterday, I really railed, and if you're new to the show, you need to go back and listen to yesterday's show, yesterday's podcast. But I really railed against Dabo Swinney and the comments that he made about, Colin Kaepernick's protest. But I kind of, lightweight kind of held back on him because I do believe that Dabo's a good person. And I do believe a lot of the things that he said in his whole diatribe about Kaepernick's protest were reasonable. Talking about God and how we should all get along. I mean, that's understandable. But I didn't, in that entire story, I missed the whole part at the end of that until last night, until I saw it yesterday, where Dabo Swinney says, if you don't like this country, you can go somewhere else. Really, Dabo? Really? And now I can only assume that he's talking about black people. Because, 99% of the people, with Colin Kaepernick on this stance are black. So when I saw that last night, it kind of changed my whole perspective of my thoughts just the day before. Really, Dabo Swinney? I'm going to guess probably 70% of your team is black, okay? And which all attributes to your success as a head coach, which attributes to your money. And you got the nerve, because we tired of getting killed in the streets, to tell people to go somewhere else? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Nah, he didn't go there. See, a lot of people been dancing around it, and, back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, that was the common thing. When black people complained about anything, the thing was, well, go back to Africa, go back to Africa. Man, I ain't going nowhere. I'm from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. I ain't going nowhere. That's foul, Dabo. That's foul. So I guess in 2016, you don't throw the go back to Africa into it. You just say go somewhere else, what Dabo said. Nah, bruh, we ain't going nowhere. You go somewhere. You go somewhere. The nerve of this man. All right, we're going to take a break. Blood pressure, Dougie. Blood pressure. Calm down. I missed that. We ain't going nowhere. Damn it. We here, we ain't going nowhere. It really questions my rooting for Clemson, man, to try to win this national championship. I'm from South Carolina. But yeah, that ain't cool, man. Back in 3 minutes. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show coming up next. What is ID Life? Well, over the last 18 years, a group of scientists and doctors have been working on the development of a one-of-a-kind nutritional supplement